Okay, so do any of you have any questions for any of our speakers? And if I put the participants bar up, I should be able to see anybody who raises their hand. And I can see Kristen. Kristen, go ahead.
Thank you. Kristen Lowe, Wandon Toastmasters. It's a general question to everyone. Something that we've learnt today is that so many of the meeting roles that were previously in our leadership handbook on the traditional program are actually applicable to pathways. And what I want is for my club's members to know this. How have other either VPEs, presidents or any role, how have you got that message out there to them to have a look at these other levels and seek to have something evaluated that they can cover off in a pathway level rather than waiting, like Sheeny mentioned before, rather than going sequentially, having a look in advance and looking towards completing projects as you go.
Is there one of our speakers who could respond to Kristen's question?
May I
Carole?
respond? May?
Carole,
Thank you.
carry on.
Thank you. Kristen, that's a great question. It's one that we have been looking at in the clubs that I'm a member of. And one way you could do this is to really drill down into what happens in the meetings and use part of the meeting session for, let's say, you call it an educational, but it could be that it's a project speech that someone is doing that actually unpacks what is actually in that project that is leadership directed. And you could have a speech or an educational that speaks to everyone in the club so that they understand, I never thought of that. I'm going to go and have a look at that project and see what's in it for me. Because I'm a big fan of looking ahead and seeing what is there that fits what I need to do. Hope that helps.
It does. It was just something I did off my own bat for our club contest recently. So I ran a practice session and managed to have that evaluated for managing an online presentation, one of the electives in an upcoming level. And my speech for the humorous contest, I was able to match that to a particular one. And despite verbally and in emails encouraging them, I'm not seeing members request evaluations for roles that they're taking on. So thank you so much. That's actually a really great idea.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Kristen, for that question. And Carole, Sandra?
And I'm just going to just say that I've put into the chat my choosing a pathways path, which is effectively a quarter of my presentation. But because it goes into the other 4 areas, it is purely cut and paste from various other sources with a little bit of commentary and rearranging by me. So feel free to use that.
Lovely. Thank you, Michael. Sandra, you've got a question?
Yes. When you're working on more than one path at once and you belong to more than one club, do you have to give all the speeches for one level at one club, or can you mix and match them? And how do you make sure that the speeches that you're giving, say, towards level 3, if you give them at 2 different clubs, how do you make sure that you direct them to the right club when you've finished? You direct the award to the right club.
The way you direct the award is to log on to Basecamp using the club that you want to direct the award, and then you complete the level for that club. The individual projects can be completed at any other club.
It doesn't
you
matter.
You don't have to do it all at one club. You don't have to, there is no set order within a level. You can do it in any order. In terms of the 3 additional roles you've got to do at level 3, there is a way that you can get that approved that, you know, it's visual. I'd have to show you, and I haven't got
No,
the
that's fine.
slides up.
It was really just about...
Those can be done anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Making sure that your VPs of your various clubs are aware that they've got some method, be it Easy Speak, be it Free Toast, that they get to see that you've completed those speeches so that they can close off your level.
Thank you.
Okay, any more questions? There, I think we're reaching the end, a natural ending. Anne, go ahead with your question. You'll need to unmute. Thank you.
Sorry about that. My question, I think, is complicated. I don't know if it can be answered in a few minutes, but I've got on to Pathways to help out my husband, who's also a Toastmaster. And I tried to buy humorous speaking path for him, but it says he's already got that path. But we've tried everything, and I've even gone through this with Debbie, our VPE in Geelong, and we just can't get hold of that path, although it says he's got that path, so I can't buy the path. I have emailed education at Toastmasters, and all they did was send me back Q&As, and I read through all those Q&As, and it didn't apply to this situation. Has anyone got an answer, please?
Yeah, possibly, Anne, possibly. When you go to your the landing sheet within Pathways, there's a number of things. You only get to see 3 items. If I don't know how many paths he's been in, but those 3 items may be a path, maybe the mentoring, maybe something else. So way to do it is to bring up an extra screen, if that's possible. I'll just see if I can quickly do it.
Do you have a comment, Carole?
I was just going to say, to follow on from what Michael was saying, there's 3 categories of what you see in your transcript, and maybe that path is archived. I think that's where Michael's going.
I have looked in the archive and I can't find it there.
Okay. That's a tricky one. You and I need a separate session and we'll go through it together.
That sounds like a good idea. Thank you, Carole.
That's a good offer. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Carole.
Maybe, Michael, are you looking for something to show? We'll leave it there.
I'm just logging in.
Okay.
I'm logging in, but it's asked me for a captcha, which is annoying.
It's definitely not in archive, but I definitely thought, well, I'll buy it a second time and who cares about the $20? But it won't let me buy it because it says it's already there. So I simply can't find it, not even in archives.
So what we'll do, Anne, we'll step it through. You'll get onto Zoom, you'll share your screen and you'll show me what you can see and we'll work it out that way, okay?
Thank you very much, Carole. That's very
I
helpful.
noticed that Christine had a hand up before. I don't know whether you missed that or not.
Yeah, I did miss that. Christine? Where's Christine?
She's walking, I think.
Oh,
Christina.
Christina.
No, I was gonna say the same as Carole. You know, I can help her go through it, and I would also add to email supply orders at Toastmasters.org. Ask them, because the supply orders at Toastmasters.org, they're the one who manages this path assigning to members. So that's another way.
Thank you, Christina. Look, you have 5 minutes left.
I was going to say quickly.
Yeah, go on, Michael.
Okay, I'm quickly going to share my screen. Except it's doesn't want to get rid of that. Okay. Why have I got? Okay. So when you open up your pathways, you can see here, I've got three things there, but I'm actually doing 3 pathways and only 2 of them are showing. So if you go into pathways and learning, and my PC,
not sharing.
I'm
Not sharing.
Okay,
No.
Not sharing.
Are there?
there, can you see it now?
Yes.
Good. I have no idea which screen I'm sharing, so I'm assuming you're seeing my pathways.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. If I click on pathways and learning transcript, hopefully this is going to open, but you will see now I've got the extra one there. So you can see my visionary communication, which is there. So on that previous screen, it was not showing up. So have you tried doing that? So, because it might be that it's hidden under something else. If you, So if you can't see it there, you may have to go in to this button up here. Does that help, Anne?
I think I've done all that. It's just
Okay. Well, look, it could just be that there's something wrong with the system. Make sure you're having got multiple emails. Make sure it's not in yours. You might have bought it for yourself rather than him.
No, this is in the times when it was free, and he got, that's like 2017, you know, when it was free.
Okay.
It's actually bought.
Okay.
But now it tells me I can't buy it because he's already got it and we can't find it. I've done looking in all those things.
Okay.
I think perhaps.
I'll let Carole and
yeah.
Christine try to help you.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
Okay, if you meet outside the meeting. Yeah, great. Okay, there's probably time for one more question before we finish. So this is your last chance to talk to all these wonderfully knowledgeable people about pathways, if there's anything else. No? Okay. If not, on behalf of all of you, I'd like to thank our presenters today for spending their Saturday morning with us and doing such detailed presentations. Thank you so much, everybody.
Well done, Susan.
Well,